Wendy here from Lolly Dolly Crafts, and I've got another colouring tutorial for you today, and I'm also going to make the card up as well. The ink I've used to colour is Memento Toffee Crunch, and it just gives it, you can do it in black, it doesn't really matter, but it just gives it like a softer, and because of the softer sort of like outline, and because of the papers I'm going to be using, which are the major designs, yeah. And this is the Christmas, it's a Christmas time paper pad, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I do love their, look at that, isn't it lovely? So that's what I'm going to be using to make my card. So the colours I'm going to be using are going to be in this sort of like colour theme. It's going to be very much sort of like browns, and that's what I'm going to be doing. The image I'm using is, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it's from Funky Kit's Sugar Nellie. I'll put the name of it in the link below. They do a range of these snowmen, and they're just absolutely gorgeous. They're just really, really cute. Oh, I've got this thing about snowmen anyway, and these are just really, really cute because they're sort of, you know, they the little coat and the scarf. So what I'm going to do for the snowman, I'm not going to worry too much about his body, not just yet, his body, his face or that for the moment. I'm going to concentrate on his jacket and his hat and his boots and that for the moment. So because I want to keep it in the theme of the papers that I'm using, to start, the colours I'm going to be using are, let's see if I can see, you can see, are going to be, right, let's do it the right way so you can see, E43, E44, E45 and E40, no E42, yeah, E43, 44, 42 and 40, so that's, put them around the right way. So we've got our colours in the right blending, yeah. So E40, E42, E43 and E44. And then for the actual snowman, I'm going to just put a bit of C1 on there. But I'm going to use some stickles as well on him, just to give him that like snowman glisten. And then for his scarf, I'm going to use a combination of YR2, EO8, EO2, oops, where are you? Oops, EO7 and EO9. Because although I want to colour him in quite in sort of like brown colours to match the papers, I wanted to give him a little bit of a pop with his scarf. So that's, I mean, I might even change my mind. It depends on sort of like how it turns, how his body turns out. Do you like my little? Let me see if I can zoom out. Look, my little. I use this for when I if I'm colouring. I don't like putting the lids back on because it gives it longer time for the colour to dry on the paper. So what I do is I just put them in here and with the lids off, and that way I don't have to worry about that. And also as well, I can put my colours that I want to use out, which means that I don't have to worry about you know, going searching for them, even though I still do that sometimes. Right, okay, so let's get started. Let me just zoom back in again. Right, so you can see. Okay. So I'm going to start off with my E40, just to sort of lay down where I want the shadows to be, basically. He's front facing onwards, so my light source is going to be coming it sort of down the front. So there's going to be shadowing. Pretty much we're quite lucky because the actual picture's given us some hints as to where sort of like shadowing will be, sort of like under the arms, down the sides, sort of like in sort of corners there. So that's really, really good. So yeah, so I'm going to have, basically it's going to be darker here and the lightest in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to start with my E40 just to sort of lay down some flicking colours, just to start off my image. And I'm going to do it in stages. I don't colour the whole jacket, I'll just do like this panel on the jacket first of all. Okay, so then I'll go for my E42, and again I will just lay down some more colour. And then my E43. It's just all about layering at the moment, just don't worry too much about blending it, because I'm going to go over it. Oh, and then my E44. And this is my darkest colour. And you're just using the flicking method, and you're not pressing down hard, it's just lightly. Okay, so that's the other side. So I'm going to go back now to my E43, and I'm going to come out a bit further, but not going all the way back. Okay, and back to my E42, and again I'm not going all the way, I'm just blending that edge there, blending that edge, and then lastly my E40. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go just back over a little bit here, just bring it down, just where that is there. Just going back, just where that little corner bit is there. Oops. Okay, and that's that side. And then we're going to start again on the other side. It looks quite muddy at the moment, but the look I'm going for is sort of like a vintage Santa sort of look. So I didn't want to be doing like bright sort of Santa. But I'm going to make it pop by doing some brighter colours on this scarf. So we're going to go ahead and start on the other side of his jacket, and again I'm just very gently laying the colour down, just pulling it out. Let's move this to the side, and that way I'm not going to keep putting my hand over it. And then just again. It's just using a really soft flicking motion to lay the ink down. Like I said, don't worry too much about the blending part at the moment, because we're going to go back. What we're doing at the moment is we're just laying the colours down. Okay. And the last one, which is my E44. I just missed doing that bit there. The good thing about doing it in this light brown memento ink, it gives you the effect of no line colouring. Right, so we're going to go back to our E43 and just go, oh, see look, I forgot to do that bit there again. Bacon pudding. Go back over to our E43 and just bring that out. Just blending that colour in. And then again. Just go back and do this bit here. And then just finish off with our E40. Okay. And then what I would probably do is with my E43, so I'm just going to go and where these creases are here, is just do just a little flick up, just to accentuate the folds there. Okay, and then I'll do the same very gently on that side. Okay, right, so now I'm going to start on the sleeves. So with my, make sure I've got it in the right order, my E40. Okay, so it's going to be darkest under our sleeves on here and along there. I don't know if anybody of you guys have been watching the X Factor, our James Arthur one, our poor little cherub, well not poor little cherub because he'll go on and make a career anyway, but Jermaine Douglas, who lives down the road from me. My son was in the same form as at school with his brother. That's our claim to fame. Yeah, he'll do fine. He'll go on and do fine. E43. To be honest, it was a very close competition this time for the X Factor. They were both very deserving. And then E44. So just laying it down mostly at the edge where the darkest are going to be. And then we're going to go back with that E43 and just blend that out. E42. And then to finish, E40. Oops. Okay. And I'm going to start on this side again. Would you believe my 16-year-old made me a roast dinner today? And it was lovely. I couldn't eat it all, but it was very nice. I've got my boys well trained. They all know how to cook. They all know how to use a washing machine. As soon as they turn 16, I'm a really cruel mum. I make them do their washing. I just think it, makes them. I don't want them to be, I want them to be independent, and I don't want them to be the sort of people that's going to sit back while their, partners, do everything. I want them to be able to, be in a joint partnership. So they are all well trained. They all know how to cook. Don't think it does them any harm. So there we go. Going back now with my E43, just softening that E44. Just softening the colour. Okay, and back with my E42. And again, just softening that edge. And then finish it off with my E40. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to do this hat. Okay. Let's make sure you've. So he's going to have dark bits there, sort of dark there, dark there, dark in that crease there, dark there. Okay. That was E40. Now my E44. Oh, 42. This is quite an easy image to do because they do help you out with the image shadowing, because there's quite a bit of it already there for you. But if when you're doing shadowing, you just got to think basically of where you think shadowing's going to be, sort of. So it's going to be on edges that are furthest away from any light source. So it's just a case of practicing, like I always say. And I find that the softer you are when you're colouring, the better the result. The more heavy-handed you are, the harder it is to get a good blend. Alright, that was E44. I'm going to go back now with my E43, just go over these dark areas that I've done and just blend them in. And you do find that if you don't press down too hard, or you're not heavy-handed, you've got a better chance of being able to go over and get a better blend. Whereas if you're quite heavy-handed, you're less likely to be able to go back, because it's going to bleed because it's too much on there. See, like here, it's not blended out enough for me here, so I'm just going to go back over where his hat is, and then back over again. There we go. Right, so that's his hat and his jacket. Okay, I'm going to do his boots in the same colour, and you might be thinking, oh gosh, this is really boring because it's all in the same colour, but believe me, once if you sort of look at the papers I'm going to be using, that sort of colours, do you know what I mean? It's gonna go, you know, they're all pretty much in that sort of theme. So, you know, be in mind that when you're colouring, you know, the sort of papers you're going to do. Sometimes I do colour a picture first. Like again, sometimes I'll sit in bed at night and I'll colour, and I'll just colour how I want to, and then it's a case of matching my image to the papers rather than the papers. No, matching the papers to the image rather than the image to the papers. If that makes sense. So we're going to start on the boots, and again, because it's front facing, it's going to be the darkest on the inside. Leave those legs white because they're SnowMan's legs. Right there. And it's going to be darkest there. Okay. Hopefully you can see that okay. And then we go to our E42. I'm not very good at colouring at that straight angle because I'm doing it upside down, so I have to like put it at an angle a little bit, so I hope you can still see. So this is E42. It's going to be a bit darker across the top there because that's where the crease of the boot is. Okay, so E43. Okay, and then lastly my E44, and this I'm going to go very, very softly with my E44 because we're working in quite a small area, and I don't want to darken that area up too much. I just want to give the illusion of shadow, but I don't want to lose the shape of the shoe either. So we're just doing it very gently. And then we go back to our E43 and just blend that in. And I'm going to fill all this bit in here because it's not enough room to put another two colours there, but I can on this bit here probably. So just blending that in. A42. And then finish off with my E40. I've left that little white bit there because that helps with like the illusion of shiny boots. Okay, so that's his boots, and that's his hat, and now we're going to do his scarf. Okay, so let's put my lids back on here. E44, E43, E42, and E41 for E40. Right, okay. Right, so now I'm going to start with E02 on his scarf, and I'm not quite sure, I just have to see how this goes. So there's creases there, and then there's a crease there, but we've also got dark there. Okay. This is a YR02. Again, we're just going, laying down colour at the moment. Right. Then we've got E07. E07. I might not use all of these colours I've got here, we'll have to see how it goes. E07. Oops, okay. E08. In fact, I think I'll skip E08, just go on to E09, I think. Just literally, just at the edge there. Same for this side. Skip 8. Oops. We're just pulling this colour out. This almost gives it sort of like we're going, this is E02, sort of like a burgundy colour, but it's not, sort of like a rusty. Okay, and then just to finish off that middle, we'll just do an E02. Okay. So, for this bit here, we're going up the inside of this scarf with E02. Okay, and then again with YR02. This YR02 is similar to the but it's got like a, because it's a light orange, and this one's like a fruit pink, but because this has got an R, it's got a bit of red in it, which so it helps to blend this colour. Okay, that's those two, and then we're going to go with our wire E007, and this one is light mahogany. So we're going to go in that crease there, and along here, and then in that bit there. I say it looks a bit messy at the moment, but that's only because we're just laying down the colour. But it will tidy itself up once we start blending the colours. Okay, so we go, that was EO9, back to EO7, and just blend that EO9 in. Blend that EO9. Okay, and then back to our YR2. And then finish it off with our E02. Okay. That's that. Right, let's put the lid back on them. Okay, so let's just zoom out a bit so you can see our snowman. Snowman, I should say, not snowmen. Right, so for the actual snowman, I'm going to use. Oh, just bear with me. Sorry about that. I accidentally put my. I'm going to use C1, and I'm going to go just around where his dot bits are. Okay, on the snowman. Okay, so there, there, and there. Let's see whether you can see me. Okay, and here. Around the edge of where his coat is, he's going to have a little bit of a shadow, and then around here. Okay, that's on his body. That was C1, and then I'm going to go with C0, if I can find it. C0, and just blend that out a little bit, just to get rid of that line. On Mr. Snowman. And then to finish off, I'm going to use C00, which is like a really, really pale, cool grey, just to blend that C0 edge. Okay, and then to finish, that was C0, I'm going to use my colourless blender just on the edge of that, just to take off the edges of that grey. Okay. Now I'm going to do his face. So I'll start with C1. Oops. Make sure I put it so my camera can see, otherwise it won't stay in focus. So that was C1, C0. And this just gives a little bit of dimension to Mr. Snowman. And then C000. We don't want him to look grey, but we want our snowman to have the illusion of depth. So, okay. Right. That's his face. And our carrot, I'm going to use the same carrot news, the same colours. So it's YR02. I've cut out the E02 because it's a real small. So E07. And E09. Shush. And then go back. Just blend those in. Okay. I think I'm going to do his gloves red as well. Actually, like a mahogany red. That's YR02, YR07. And YR09 and E09, sorry, not YR07, E09. Now we're just going to blend that back. We've got Lord of the Hobbit, not Lord of the Hobbit, the Hobbit film coming out on the 13th of December here. I can't wait to go and see it. There we go, we'll just blend that back. Oops, sorry, you can't see. Getting carried away and you couldn't see. Sorry. And there's that one. Okay. So there's his. Alright. I'm just going to put a little bit of grey on the snowballs that he's throwing in the air. But I'm going to add glitter to these, so and to his so don't worry too much about it. Okay. Again, it's just to give some shadow. Amber, shush. Stop it. Right, there we go. Right, so that's that for this stage. I'm going to pause it there, and then we're going to come back and I'll do the make up the card. Alright, so just bear with me, come back in a minute.